Okay. Could you please give me your full name as is recorded on your birth certificate, sir?
James A. Doffild.
Okay.
James Alfred.
Okay. All right. We are here on June 28th, 2011, interviewing Mr. James Doffild about his military service at the Clay County VFW. Where were you born and raised, sir?
In Clay County, above Iverdale. You where Iverdale is?
Yes, sir.
Above Iverdale, about 7 miles. 6, 7 miles.
Okay. You mentioned to me you were stationed in Germany, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, in 1952. What was your job there?
A little bit of everything. Radio operator.
Uh-huh.
PRCTN.
Okay.
Was you in service?
Myself, I was in the Air Force Junior ROTC at one time,
Yeah.
but I was never in active duty or reserves or anything.
Well, PRCTN.
Uh-huh.
It carries on your back. Big battery.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Okay. What do you remember most about your military service in Germany?
Well, you learn a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
You learn how to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm going to be frank with you. When I was over, I drank a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But after I come home and got married, found my wife and got married, I settled down and become a preacher.
Uh-huh. I see.
But those things over there, there wasn't nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Only going out on duty, guard duty.
Mm-hmm.
We pulled a lot of guard duty.
Mm-hmm.
We had over there we had women for KPs. Here in the States we had to pull our own KP.
Mm-hmm.
You know what KP is, don't you?
What is that, sir?
That's kitchen police.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Washing dishes.
Uh-huh. Okay. How did you feel about your assignment in Germany?
I felt good. I feel good about it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I felt that what I've done, maybe it'll help somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But we never learn till we get old enough, older.
Uh-huh.
What we do is accomplish somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Were you allowed to choose? You weren't allowed to choose your branch of service. You were drafted into the Army, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you have chose a different
Nope.
a different branch of service?
They want to put me in the they only drafted in 2. It was the Army and the Marines. They was going to put me in the Marines. I told them if they put me in the Marines, I'd go to hell.
Uh-huh. I see.
No boy said, I want the Marines.
Uh-huh.
They said, well, just trade.
I see. Okay. All right. Did you have any family members that were also in the military?
Yeah, I had 2 brothers. 3 brothers.
Okay.
2 brothers.
Uh-huh.
Jim and Leb.
I see.
They both were World War II veterans.
Okay. Were they older than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're half brothers.
I see. Okay. Did you work with any foreign nationals during your time in Germany?
Oh, I worked with a lot of foreign people.
Mm-hmm.
We had over there. We had a guy over there. He was a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
He was there during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't leave. He was what you call him. He was a missionary.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, he said, they wanted to take him back to the United States. He said, God didn't tell me to leave, and I ain't leaving until he does tell me.
Uh-huh. Well, I see.
And I learned a lot from him.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot from each other.
I see. Do you feel that that's maybe one reason you pursued religious service when you got back to the States?
Yeah, I always think about him.
Uh-huh.
For he told me over there, I pretty hard. He told me over there. He told me it was going down to chapel.
Uh-huh.
He preached that night. Now, every one of them went to the altar but me.
Uh-huh.
Open prayer. And I wasn't fit to.
Uh-huh.
And he come back and said, put his little arm around me. He was old, he was gray-headed.
Mm-hmm.
And he put his arm around me and said, soldier, he said, if you go, I'll go to all of this. He said, you'll be a Christian now, right now.
Uh-huh. I see.
And I put it off.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I think about it, but you know what?
Mm-hmm.
When I pass this whole world, get up in heaven, if I see him, I'll say, well, I never forgot you.
Uh-huh. Yes, yes. All right. Did you take part of any sort of operations at night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went out at night a lot of times. We have a siren.
Uh-huh.
When that siren went off, you know, whether it was red or black.
Uh-huh.
If it was black, it was okay. If it was red, boy could be on.
Uh-huh. Okay. Did you have any experiences in dust or mud or dirt or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Do you have any observations of that? I mean, did it cause any problems with the equipment or anything like that?
No.
Okay. I see. You had mentioned a lot of times you were working along the Berlin Wall.
No, we wasn't that close to it. We was back up.
Oh, I see. Okay. What kind of things went on there? I mean, and how long? And
We never pitched tents.
uh-huh.
We were out in the woods and in the forest
Uh-huh.
and stayed there until the alert was over with.
Oh, I see.
If there would have been a real thing, we'd have pulled up.
Yeah, I see.
Hadn't been a real thing would still been there till.
Mm-hmm. And that ended up going on for several years even after you left, correct?
No, it was over before I left.
Oh, I see. Okay.
When they cleared that Berlin Wall.
Uh-huh.
But now I served under two presidents.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the first one,
Mm-hmm.
but didn't like the second one.
Oh, I see.
The second one was Eisenhower.
Uh-huh.
He elected when I was on the boat going over.
I see.
And he made us eat celebration twice a month. We didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Said he wasn't going to throw nothing away. He was tightwad.
I see.
And them cooks didn't like it.
Uh-huh.
They'd throw that celebration in a big old round pot about 10, 15 gallon.
Uh-huh.
They'd throw cans of oil in, water, hot water, and heat it up. And if you got a can of pork and beans, that's what you eat for breakfast.
Uh-huh. Well, I see.
I didn't like it at all.
Uh-huh. Okay. Did you know how long you were going to be in Germany?
No.
No?
If war broke out, we could have been there another year.
I see. Okay. How was you informed that when you were finally able to go home? I mean, how were you informed of that?
Our time was up, 2 years.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, that's how you got to go home, specifically. Okay, all right. Were you able to make use of the GI Bill in any way?
I could have. I went to high school on it 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
But like I told you, I was on a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It real good.
Uh-huh. During that time, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But now I put my time in. I used to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of odd to tell you. When I smoked pack and a half cigarettes a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's was married. And I was sitting in that bed, we have a trailer. I sat in this trailer, I built a room on the side of it, had a wood stove in there, kept the trailer warm.
Uh-huh.
Never one cigarettes bad in my life. Reading the Bible, I said, ain't gonna I ain't gonna smoke, get under eating. God spoke to me just like you tell me. I'll take away from you. I ain't had a cigarette in my mouth since.
Huh. It was, did you start smoking in the military?
I smoked 4 minutes.
Oh, I see. Okay. But they did supply you with cigarettes there,
Yeah.
didn't they? Okay.
10 cents a pack.
Uh-huh. I see. Okay. Well, all in all, do you think your military service better prepared you for your life,
Yep.
after the
I
military?
do.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, have you been active with the VFW for several years?
Since about 77.
And would you recommend, participating for other veterans and,
Yeah.
and things?
I go on funerals. We had a funeral Friday.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, I see, yes. Since 77. All right. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for the service to your country, and I'd like to thank you especially for taking time to do this interview, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you.
You gonna take him?